Yes, 2024 was a great year for Ferrovial. No, we have a very good performance of North American assets that were growing revenues per transaction with level of inflation. Also construction, 3.5%, 9% EBIT margin. NTO, the new Terminal 1 is progressing well. Record, very good cash position, 1.8 billion euros, and record dividends from our infrastructure assets. And yes, as you commented, we have several important milestones, no, like listing on NASDAQ last year, but also the divestment and the rotation of a mature asset for us, that is Heathrow. We sold last December 19.7%, and we announced just a couple of days that we're selling what is left, 5.25%. We reached an agreement to sell it. So this is part of our business model of rotating mature assets. We have been in Heathrow for the last 17 years, and has been an amazing transformation of the airport from what it was 17 years ago to what is a world-class airport today with record travelers. But it's a regulated asset, it's a mature asset for us. Our business model is to participate in the whole cycle, mainly with greenfield projects, with new expansions. And for us, this asset probably has more value to a third party than to us, and we can recycle this money in new assets like the new Terminal 1 at JFK, in which we are investing about $1 billion.
It does also paint a picture that there's something more attractive about investing in the United States, whether it's airports to toll roads, because you've got about several projects. Record pipeline is what you're spelling out. You've got Alexandria, Nashville, Charlotte, Atlanta in terms of toll roads. Why is the US looking more friendly as a backdrop to you than the UK?
Well, in the US, we have 80% of the value in North America, 80% of the value of the company, mainly toll road business, but we have also since many years a lot of activity there. And we see, as you commented, a lot of pipeline in the US. There is a deficit funding for infrastructure by 2040 of $4 trillion. That's a lot of money. Private players, I think, that can contribute to accelerate that infrastructure that is very well needed. But we have a very good opportunities pipeline in the US. As you commented, we have some express lanes in the case of Atlanta, also Nashville, but also 4 more in different cities in the following years. We see also a good pipeline of airport expansions, hopefully after NTO, that is a successful opening next year, but also in the energy sector, transmission lines, also digital infra. In the UK, it's not that we are leaving the country. We are still very active. We are opening Silvertown Tunnel in April, and we won recently a project on the track for the HS2, the high-speed rail. So we see activity there, but the level of opportunities that we see in the US are much larger than what we see in the UK.
Ignacio, that's absolutely fascinating. Goodness knows all our American friends know that the US highway infrastructure and, dare I say it, JFK, they sorely need those upgrades you're talking about. Tell me about Europe, though, as well. Let me ask a different question. Is there anything happening in Europe that you can see that actually means you are going to redirect capital and more investment back to the home continent?
Well, in Europe, we are mainly in 2 countries. No, the largest countries for us are Spain and Poland, and both of them are doing well. Last year, close to 3% GDP, and we have a very good backlog and very good pipeline. No? In Spain, with the European funds, also private investment with digital infra. In the case of Poland, with EU funds, also we are seeing a lot of pipeline of energy projects. Poland is very close to Ukraine, so they could participate in the reconstruction. So we see good activity, and we have a good backlog and pipeline in Europe. But the level of opportunities in the US is a different scale. They are much larger, and we can contribute more equity there than we could do in Europe. But we are looking at both places.